All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules earlier. I expect a nice, clean fight. Touch gloves. Good luck to the both of you. Touch them up.
At 18, Joey Spencer has spent very little time in the ring as a pro with his 3 first-round knockouts, but he has been training with his father, Jason, from a very young age. Yeah, didn't even think about the Olympics. This is what he wanted. This is his dream.
Yeah, he's a very exciting puncher. You know, big power, 18 years old. I can't imagine when he turns 25 what kind of power he's going to carry.
Now, Lutchmedial not only a last minute here, agreeing on Wednesday to this fight. You watch him hold his hand up high. He is an MMA fighter. More of his experience comes in fighting MMA. He's had a lot of frustration with MMA. He's done a lot of work with American Top Team down in Coconut Creek. Very high-level MMA training facility, but he's one of those MMA fighters who's frustrated about getting taken down by wrestlers, so he wants the stand-up.
Yeah, well, he's doing a great job right now, you know, keeping his distance. You know, slipping punches from Spencer.
And you'll see this from Joey, too. Amateur experience makes a difference. He's only 18, 3 professional fights, but he's very mature in the ring because he has that experience as an amateur. So it's all about bringing that amateur program, that amateur pedigree to the pros.
Sean, what's the biggest thing that comes from that in a young fighter who's had a ton of amateur fights?
The experience, fighting in front of big crowds, you know, understanding it's a big moment. You know, being able to see the adjustments you need to make after doing that numerous times as an amateur, you just learn how to do it. And then also fighting a guy who's a last-minute fighter, only learning about this guy on Wednesday. When you go to a tournament as an amateur, you never know who you're going to fight until the draw happens. So this is a lot like fighting the amateurs for him right now.
Yeah, and then also, too, you get those international fights. So you go into foreign countries and you fight, you know, with your back against the wall. So, you know, it gets you prepared for when you go to different states, you go to different places to fight. And like Sean said, you know, you get in there with a guy that you know nothing about. And that experience from the amateur program really gets you in there to
it carries you through. And so that's what we'll look for right now with Joey Spencer here, being a young guy, fresh to the professional ranks. What is professional about him now? You know, up to this is now his 4th professional fight.
Yeah, what that experience does is it helps you also adapt to whatever comes in front of you.
Robert, what's the first thing you look for when you see a fighter for the first time live? What are you looking at?
I look at their footwork. Look at their footwork, their balance, and, you know, where they keep their hands. You know, their defense is tight, you know, the way they move. You know, there's a lot of different things you look at. And Joey Spencer, you know, he's really smooth. He got good footwork, great power. You know, his balance is really solid. So, you know, that all that amateur experience he has, you know, he has a great foundation, you know, to start off his pro career.
Great foundation. You see it right here. He stays in position. He throws the right punches at the right time. And very, very effective in the first round. Very dominant first round for Joey Spencer.
Brand new experience for the 18-year-old Joey Spencer. A little thing we call round 2. Floyd Patterson was the youngest heavyweight champion at 21. I'm going to ask you guys in a second who the youngest champion ever was. Great name from the past. Joey Spencer has his eyes on that. The David Benavidez of the world. He wants to be that guy. It's why he went pro at 18, as you see. You can see why he's been so effective. He's a young fighter. He doesn't go fast. He seems unfazed by the big stage.
Yeah.
No, he's doing a great job. I mean, you look how focused he is, how relaxed he is in the ring. He don't try to force anything. You know, he just lands his shots clean and crisp. Just like that. I mean, nice combination. Works behind the jab.
Let's talk about records that'll never be broken. I remember as a kid watching the great Wilfred Benitez. Became world champion at 17.
I didn't even think I'd know the name. I do know Wilfred Benitez.
Later, check me on this. I think he lost to Sugar Ray Leonard. And Ray Leonard won his first title and then eventually lost to Roberto Duran.
Yeah, wasn't he like 32-0 before he lost? Like 32 knockouts, I think.
It's important to fall asleep. Hands are down a little bit, and he's, you know, he's comfortable in the ring, but you don't want to get too comfortable. Stay on your jab, stay on your combination punching, going to the body as he has, and, you know, don't get caught sleeping with unnecessary punches like those right there. They don't hurt, but they touch you. You don't need to be touched right now, this early in your career. There's no reason to, especially when you're sharper and you shouldn't be getting hit with those kind of punches.
It's also look comfortable at whatever distance.
Watch your head, watch your head.
I like that move right there. He grabbed the arm and then he let it go and threw the body shot. That was a great professional move right there.
Now getting stronger, coming with the 2 right uppercuts back to back.
And he made the adjustment in the very beginning of the fight. He saw that he could get to this guy's body, and apparently he knows already as a professional that you get to the body, you slow the fighter down, you take him out. So you go to the body, then you go for the head.
We were talking about this earlier, guys. One thing about MMA fighters, they're always in shape. There's not that, especially when you don't know when your next fight is coming.
Yeah, they're always in incredible shape. Sometimes they get in too good of a shape where they leave the fight in the gym. But, you know, this guy's a tough guy. You know, he's giving Joey Spencer some rounds, and, you know, that's what Joey needs. You know, to be relaxed, get comfortable in that ring more and more, you know, and get that experience.
And I know one thing that Robert and I talked about earlier with being an MMA fighter is really going to hurt this guy is he's square. A lot of MMA fighters, wrestlers, are square fighters, and he's going to be square right in front of Joey for every punch that Joey throws.
And these body shot after body shot after body shot is too much for Lutchmedial.
7, 8. How do you finish a fight? This is what we're gonna learn from Joey. How do you finish the fight?
Right back to the body, tries the right uppercut.
Yep. He knows the guy's hurt to the body.
And down goes Lutchmedial. Now we're done.
See, that's the difference. Everybody wants the big glamorous knockout. That's a knockout to the head. Joey knows that's not always going to be what you get. He took what he had.
He didn't go to the head, he used his head.
He went to the body.
Broke him down, did a great job doing it, got the knockdown, didn't come overexcited. A lot of guys come in overexcited and, you know, they either run into headbutts or get tied up and start throwing. He just came and did what he had to do, put his shots together, landed another great body shot in that uppercut.
Everybody loves what's next. Joey Spencer, even more impressive, going to 4-0. A brutal assault to the body is what scores his 4th consecutive knockout to start his pro career. Young fighters rack up a lot of knockout wins, but they're not necessarily impressive start to finish the way Joey Spencer just was.
Great job. In boxing, we call that the wraparound left hook to the body. You got to get around the elbow in order to land that shot. I don't know how far into my career I was when I learned that, but I know I wasn't four fights in.
Or 18 years old?
Yeah, definitely was not 18 years old.
4th win for Joey Spencer. Ray Flores makes it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 2 minutes 59 seconds of round 1 for your winner by knockout and still undefeated, Joey Spencer.
Pretty impressive in every possible way.
Very impressive.
Joey Spencer one day hopes to be a world champion.